Hello, let's take a look at 1976 comic print ads. This is from a Marvel comic, as you're going to totally see. This first ad is a Slim Jim commercial. The Mighty Meat Snack conquers the horrible hungries. This is in the age where they would come up with a whole bunch of text you're never going to read. And that was the standard in advertising for some reason. A little less than a meal, a little more than a snack. This is way, way before Macho Man was the big pitchman for this in the 1990s. So here's your first clue. This is from a Marvel comic. Marvel was merchandising the heck out themselves. I should say, too, print ads in comics are something I kind of miss. In some ways, they probably kept the costs down, and that's probably why we spend so much on comics today, like on a single comic. Um, but they were fun, and especially when they had illustrations and stuff to draw you in. So this is about a Spider-Man ring. I love how they're really trying to sell you on this. The Spider-Man ring is the result of space-age technology and the newly discovered Aura process, which is trademarked. When worn on your finger, the Spider-Man ring actually comes to life and changes colors, so it's basically a mood ring. That was the result of like plastic that would change colors with different body heat, etc. They've got what Spider-Man, Hulk, Captain America, and Thor. And yeah, I don't know if anyone would have this today. Pretty cool stuff, but well, it's probably cheap plastic junk, but fun. All right, here's an ad for Mighty Marvel Mirrors. Bored by seeing the same old tired face in the mirror? Well, we can't help your face, but we can give you the Mighty Marvel Mirrors. So it's basically a mirror with graphics of different Marvel characters, Fantastic Four, Hulk, Spider-Man. I don't know, does the Spider-Man one have just Spider-Man streaking across it and covering what you're trying to see in the mirror? I don't know. Here's a Hulk thing. One big green Goliath to glom at. All mirrors are a big 8 inch by 10 inch, and it cost a mirror almost $6, which is probably big for back then. Introducing your bicentennial mirror featuring the Star Spangled Avenger Captain America. Yeah, Captain America is like all over this mirror. I just want a mirror just to look at myself. I don't want like stuff all over it. Here's an ad for some Nabisco candy bars. A free ticket to your favorite pro sports game in every Sugar Daddy Pop. Okay, so I don't think they have these anymore, but they used to have candies called Sugar Daddy, Sugar Mama, and Sugar Baby. These things took on different meanings, or those different meanings were popularized more in later years. I mean, we all know what a Sugar Daddy and Sugar Mama are, and Sugar Baby, and all that. I don't know what these are. I might have had some early in my life. Here's Junior Mints. I don't know what they consisted of. But here they have some sort of promo for some pro sports tickets. Lacrosse, no one cared about that back then. Volleyball, track, soccer. Here's one of these wonderful Marvel subscription ads. So, superheroes assemble. There's no reason to miss your favorite Marvel mags. So subscribe, and remember, they're all mailed flat. So that's a big selling point here. That they're mailed flat now. They're not rolled up or anything, so hopefully your Marvel comic arrives to you intact and in peace. Here are all the titles that you could get back then. Conan was big in the mid-70s. Defenders is in there. Marvel Tales, Marvel Team Up, Marvel 2-in-1. Marvel Tales and Marvel Team Up were basically Spider-Man books. Master of Kung Fu, Power Man, Thor, Tomb of Dracula. Pretty neat stuff. I like seeing what the titles are at the time. And here's a bunch of house ads for Marvel stuff. Captain America's Bicentennial Battles. That is Jack Kirby doing his Captain America thing. I have this. It was done in the big treasury size edition. Here is Crazy, which was their version of Mad. Why is this man smiling? Well, look, he's kind of not. Because he's just read the auspicious a new issue of Crazy, the magazine that dares to be dumb. America's answer to the bubonic plague. Well, good for you guys. Here's one of many ads that would have been in comic books, both DC and Marvel and anything else at the time, preying on young men and boys' body image. The promise that you can have a giant physique and all this stuff, and you mail in for, you know, some sort of pamphlet or something, instruction manual or something like that, or some sort of course. This was throughout. This is something that people don't really talk about, because a lot of talk about body issues is usually around girls and women, and, you know, there's a lot to say there, but it was also, I mean, around men as well. And I know people like love to laugh at the old Atlas like kicking sand in the kid's face and all that stuff as a classic thing, but also it's one of those things where it's like you ain't crap unless you're like this big giant muscle man, and here let me make money off of that. Give me money and I'll tell you how to do it. All right, here's a Captain America Hostess commercial, Captain America and the Red Skull. This is great because this uses stuff from the comics like the Red Skull and the Cosmic Cube. Pretty cool stuff. But as people know, basically there was a huge ad campaign where Hostess sold their cupcakes and Twinkies and whatever else, and fruit pies and stuff, through these full-page comic ads where comic book characters would fight and basically save the day with Hostess cakes or pies or whatever. I think this one's Twinkies. Your Cosmic Cube refuses to obey you because it's enjoying the Hostess Twinkies. So the cube this time is enjoying the Twinkies, and it's got a thought bubble too. I don't remember it being sentient like this. Smooth, creamed filling too. So the Red Skull is foiled by Twinkies. Here's an advertisement for an old Hasbro toy from the 70s. Bullet Man, the human bullet, blasts into the G.I. Joe Super Adventure Team. So back in the 70s, G.I. Joe was a thing before a real American hero. It was the larger dolls. And they tried to make it more relevant with anti-military sentiment. So they had this superhero character, Bullet Man. And there's this whole comic commercial here. Pretty cool stuff. I know some of the packaging and the product came with some comics as well, sometimes on the boxes. So pretty cool. Free G.I. Joe action pack. This free G.I. Joe super action pack valued at $5 includes, at over $5 includes spy outfit in black, inflatable raft and oar, and binoculars, radio, and signal light. Yeah, so G.I. Joe was basically a doll. You can outfit it in different outfits and stuff and give it accessories, but they were all action oriented. And that's going to do it for this round of comic print ads. I hope you like going through this with me. If you like what you saw, please give a like to this video. Please subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. Lots of great comic book stuff on here. So until next time, take care.